One of the great Christological moments in the Hebrew Bible is Genesis 3:15, seen through the lenses of the New Testament. It is commonly referred to as the proto-evangelium, or the first preaching of the gospel, in which the text announces the defeat of Satan and his seed by the seed of the woman, culminating in Jesus Christ, who defeats Satan in his death, resurrection, and final second coming. It points to Satan's final judgment and Christ's permanent victory over Satan and his kingdom. I would like to read the Hebrew, look at a brief grammatical linguistic analysis, followed by a concluding application. The Hebrew reads, Ve'eva ashit beinecha uvein ha'isha, uvein zarcha uvein zara, hu yeshufecha rosh, ve'ata teshufenu akev. And we would translate that, I will put enmity between you and between the woman, and between your seed and between her seed. He will bruise you in the head, but you will bruise him in the heel. The vocabulary is ava, noun meaning enmity. Shub is the verb meaning, or shuf, is the verb meaning to crush, and akev is the noun meaning heel. Looking at the grammar, ve'eva ashit beinecha uvein ha'isha, and I will put enmity between you and between the woman. Notice the ve here is the simple conjunction followed by the noun eva. Eva means enmity or hostility, and so what is being told here, enmity, will be between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. Ashit is a cow imperfect first person singular from the root sheet, middle weak root, and bain is a preposition meaning between, and it is followed by ha, a pronominal suffix, second masculine singular. And then notice we have uvein, the shurik coming before the bait, because two labials cannot go together, vein, it changes to vein, between you and between the woman. Notice again, bain here, and then the dogish lene, by the way, is in vain because it is preceded by a vowel, u, and so it's a soft pronunciation. Uvein here, notice, there is no dogish lene because of the soft pronunciation, and we've preceded by u, the shurik, which causes it to soften. Ha-isha, notice the ha is the definite article, and notice isha here means woman. So I will put enmity between you and between the woman. And then notice uvein zaracha, uvein zara, and between your seed and her seed. Notice u here is the conjunction again, and followed by zaracha is a noun from zera. It's in construct with ha becoming zaracha. And notice what we have here is the pronominal suffix in the ha preceded by the noun in construct, and that is a second masculine singular pronominal suffix. This is followed then with uvein zara, and notice u again is the conjunction followed by zara, and notice zara is from the noun zera, and notice a is the pronominal suffix, third feminine singular, and that ma kef in the hey here is making sure we pronounce the hey. And then hu yeshufacha rosh, he will crush you in the head. Who is your personal pronoun? Singular, masculine, singular. And shuf means to crush. And notice we're looking at a cow imperfect, third masculine singular in this middle weak verb. And ha is your pronominal suffix. Your, in other words, he will crush you, we should say, second masculine singular, in the head. Bet is implied here in, and rosh is a noun meaning head. But ata teshufenu akeb. But you will crush the heel. Notice ata here means you. It's a personal pronoun, second masculine singular. And notice teshufenu, again, is from the root shu. It's the cow imperfect second person singular, masculine singular from shuf, I should say, shuf. And notice the N here is a hinge, getting us to the final who. In other words, basically, and you will crush him. And notice the final who here, what we had was who, meaning him, and we have the hey here, assimilating into the noon by reverse assimilation, causing the doubling of the noon here. So what we have then is the simple cow imperfect, the second masculine singular with a personal pronominal suffix, third masculine singular. That is, you will crush him in the heel, speaking of the seed of the woman. So again, ake, by the way, just means heel. So translating it, I will put enmity between you and between the woman, and between your seed and between her seed. He will crush you in the head, but you will bruise him in the heel. When we look at this great text, I believe Christ is spoken of in the very first instance here in the Hebrew Bible of a prediction of his final victory over Satan. As I look at this text, it occurs right after the fall. Many have called this the proto-evangelium, the first gospel. So in Hebrew, we are at the point where the Lord is addressing the serpent, and it is believed that beyond the serpent, he is actually referring to Satan. The text here is then speaking of an ongoing struggle between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. This has to be the deeper meaning, I believe, than just snakes and humans struggling. Snakes and humans can I say pictorially symbolize that, but the deeper meaning is actual evil representing Satan and his kingdom struggling against the kingdom of the Lord. And notice the text is then called, as we said, the proto-evangelium, the first gospel preaching, because many see this not only as the ongoing struggle between the righteous seed and the seed of Satan through time in humankind, but having its final fulfillment in the coming of the Mashiach, the coming of the Messiah. And in the New Testament, I believe this refers to Christ, the one who will be the victor over Satan and his kingdom, and by his death and resurrection, he defeats the satanic kingdom and Satan himself. In John, Jesus says these words, "Now is the prince of this world judged." Jesus was looking, I believe, at the cross and the resurrection that was to occur. And then Paul in Romans 16:20 says that God will put Satan under your feet shortly. No doubt, an allusion, I believe, back to this very text. I cannot help but think that this is referring to the second advent of Christ, when Satan's kingdom will be finally defeated and subjugated to the ultimate rule of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Lord Jesus Christ. And this was affected or put into effect, can I say, via the cross.